أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. True is our Creator, Allah. True is our Sovereign, Allah. The one and only. He is the giving, the all-generous Allah Kareem. The forgiver of sins, the granter of guidance, the one and only worthy of all kind of worship. The one whose mercy is greater than his anger. He gives to whom he wishes. True is beloved, the King of our souls, our masters, who Allah created and sent towards the creation as His mercy. The one who sends salutations upon them is Allah Kareem. The one who has made their beautiful face as His direction is indeed Allah Kareem. My dearest Hazrat Sahibs, and I say that in plurals, distinguished guests, distinguished Naat Khans, my dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's very difficult for me to live up to the eloquent vocals that you've heard just before me, and some of the substance that you've heard in relation to the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But I myself am going to attempt, instead of referring to the hadith, I'm going to give you some eloquence, some sacredness, the speaking of the exalted status of Rasulullah Pak sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in our holy scriptures, the holy Quran, the book, the Quran, the message that was embedded on our Rasulullah Pak sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's heart. The very thing that we breathe by, the very thing that we are accustomed to, and the very thing that we look forward to in the very hereafter. Their exalted status. My dear brothers and sisters, Hadith has been referred to. The Quran, the very foundation, says this about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Surah 5, verse 15. The description, I'm referring it to the translated text. Please excuse me if I cause any concerns or if I hurt any feelings by referring to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as he, because that is the literal translation that I've read in the copy of the Holy Quran that I have. He is the Noor. Specifically, we should be saying, they are the Noor. Surah 21, verse 107. Mercy for all the worlds. We keep hearing references to hadiths. Let's speak about the Holy Quran. For those who do not understand the ways of Sunnah. For those who do not understand the ways of Astana Aliyah Eidgah Sharif. Given the knowledge of the unseen, some people question that. Chapter 3, Surah 3, verse 179, specifically from the Holy Quran. Very important, my dear brothers and sisters, is this. And take heed of what I'm going to say. Allah Kareem does not punish people if He, I will refer to as they, are in their midst. What does that mean? The midst has been created in this very method, my dear brothers and sisters. Labbaik Ya Rasulullah. Allah Kareem does not punish people who are in their very midst. Surah 8, verse 33. Take heed, my dear brothers and sisters. What does that all mean? We are here not only to celebrate, to learn, but also to have Rasulullah within our midst. So Allah Kareem cannot or will not harm us, will not hurt us for the sins that we follow, the sins we go through. I'm going to give you one example, my dear brothers and sisters, or two examples. And I, as you know from my previous experiences with yourselves in addressing you, I give very practical examples which I have experienced myself in pursuing this love of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. These words are very easy, but this love is about following the path of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the path that have been created for us so that we are able to have the good, the promised land, if I could put it that way, that Allah Kareem has promised us when we leave this world and cross that bridge. One example is this, my dear brothers and sisters, is a shining noor for me, are sitting right here. And I say that, and many of the brothers and sisters who know me will know exactly what I'm talking about. That when life is turned upside down, it is they, through the teachings of the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has brought me to this pinnacle or where I stand today. My classic example of the success and the story of just in the last few months. I go to Medina Park for Hazri, and the first thing I do is I request Hazrat Sahib, and I say, a bit cheeky, but I say, Hazrat Sahib, please help me. My dear wife wants to become a judge. I'm singing my own praises, my family's own praises here, but this is a very, very true story. My wife has had this ambition of becoming a judge for the last 5 years, but has not been able to find a way. And what had happened was I was about to leave from Medina Park, and I said, just think about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, my dear wife, and I am going there, and I am going to request a special dua for you from my Shaykh. And my Shaykh, when I got to Medina Park and Khana Kaaba Sharif, said, please, आप ऐसा करें कि हमारे साथ बैठकर दुआ करें. And lo and behold, within a period of 2 months, the news comes to me that my wife has been appointed a judge. Now the reason why I'm telling you this, my dear brothers and sisters, is this: that you hear and you speak about the love for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but put it to practice, have a true meaning for itself. The other example I was going to give you was not a person who is bet with Astana Aliyah Eidgah Sharif, but is a family member of a very large family who is Marie of Astana Aliyah Eidgah Sharif. And he himself, in a world of his own, heard, he's not a religious person, but heard from somewhere that if you request something from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you are bound to achieve it or get it. Subhanallah. And listen to this, my dear brothers and sisters. He did zikr. He read the Durood Pak for 9 months. Until and this was in the evenings, not the morning, the evenings, in the night, and he fell asleep reading the Durood Pak, remembering and asking Rasul Pak for this very gift that he thought of. He'd seen, believe it or not, a very small thing, a small but valuable red ring with a special red stone. Now, it's all about belief, my dear brothers and sisters. And after 9 months of praying, and within those 9 months, he'd get up on days and look under his pillow. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you have not given me what you promised or what I requested. And these are the very teachings, I'm going to say, that our sheikhs portray, give in their sermons, in their lectures. The Darbar Sharif of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is such a place where you will never hear the word no. And this particular person I'm talking about, months down the line, see the perseverance, see the patience, the sabr. 9 months down the line, he travels from the UK to Pakistan. And he there sees one Sahib Baba. And that Sahib Baba hands over that very ring that he had not only requested, but also the very ring that he dreamt of, and the very ring that he requested in the color of the stone, the color of the ring he has in his possession today. But the very heartwarming thing is this, the last sentence. That Sahib Baba, the spiritual guide, said to him, he asked this spiritual guide, well, what is this? And the spiritual guide, the Sahib Baba, said to him, you don't need to ask me, you know where this comes from. Without taking too much time, my dear brothers and sisters, those two versions of events, I tell you, come from the heart. They come from people who show that if one has that particular belief and that particular sabr and patience and the love for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like my Shaykh said, वो ऐसी जगह है, please excuse me if I use the wrong words, but me, the way I interpret it is this way, ऐसी जगह है जिथे ना नहीं होता. May Allah Kareem bless my sheikhs. May Allah Kareem give them high rank and continue to assist them in helping us in following the right path, the path to paradise. Ameen.
MashaAllah. माशाअल्लाह ये थे रासिब ज़फ़र जो अपने अफ़कार और ख़यालात, अपनी मोहब्बतों का इज़हार कर रहे थे.